Hi, I'm Tim Carr. I'm the founder of Solodigitalis, and I'm the developer also. We help event professionals increase their revenue and reach by helping them offer a photo booth service to their clients. What's different about us is that we've launched. We are profitable, and we're a software solution, so we scale really easily, and we're already available in 11 languages. We have several competitive advantages, including superior connectivity, our computational photography advantages, and our ability to understand and serve the emerging professional. We're going to get into details on all of those three things in just a moment. And if our team can grow, particularly in the marketing and sales area, we stand ready to take a large part of a billion-dollar market. Okay, let's go back to 2014. I found myself as a professional photographer. My number of events per year was maxed out. My revenue per event was also maxed out. I was at the top of my game. But still, I wanted to increase my revenue. So I did what most people would do in that situation. I decided to attach a service, a photo booth service, because I realized by leveraging my client relationships I'd worked so hard to make, I could charge $1,000 more for each event, and all I had to do was get a student to set that up and tear that down. But back in 2014, I had two really bad choices. I could either spend $10,000 that I definitely didn't have on a proprietary system that would work for 1 year with MySpace, or I could cobble together my own Frankenstein contraption of my own cameras and printers, but then it wouldn't be interactive and the guests wouldn't enjoy it as much. And that's how Wi-Fi Booth was born. Wi-Fi Booth is an iPad app, and it does what you think it should do. It helps you take the photos, choose the best ones, edit them, collage them, and then print and share them. Wi-Fi Booth is a free download. You don't need to sign up or pay anything to try all of the features out. And during that process, the trial period, the app is watermarking your photos destructively. And when you're ready, you know that the app works with your cameras and it does what you need it to. You make a purchase of a $99 renewing subscription. That's $99 a year. We call that Wi-Fi Booth Pro. And because that subscription is handled by Apple, that means Apple handles the submission of foreign taxes to foreign governments, fraud prevention, payment processing, and a lot more, and that enables our operations side to be very, very lean. And for that, we pay 30% to Apple in the first year and 15% every year after. Events are complex, and they vary as wildly as the professionals who serve them do. So Wi-Fi Booth has to be very customizable, and we had to take it one step further than that. We realized to serve the needs of different event spaces, we had to create some companion apps too. One of my favorite ones is a Slideshow app. Kids in particular are really good at using Wi-Fi Booth. They intuitively grasp it and they have a lot of fun. And we love it when the kids turn around and they see the photos they've just taken on a giant screen, on a giant smart TV right behind them. That's enabled through one of our companion apps. So who uses Wi-Fi Booth? At launch, we targeted both the DIY segment, such as my own parties, my own corporate events, and the professional segment, such as myself, back in 2014. To appeal to that professional segment, Wi-Fi Booth is the only photo booth system that connects to 6 different camera brands: Canon, Sony, Nikon, Fuji, Panasonic, and Olympus. And there's a reason for that. That's because photographers and event vendors do not want to buy more photo or printer equipment. They already have tens of thousands of dollars invested in that equipment, and they want to reuse and leverage that investment. About a year after we launched, we realized we couldn't do a good job servicing both the DIY segment and the pro segment, so we decided to focus only on the pro segment. That's because pros are willing to pay for recurring subscriptions. And then this year, we realized that there's a further distinguishment to make between established professionals, such as myself back in 2014, and emerging professionals. I mentioned that word earlier, so let's go into some detail. So emerging professionals are people who have done their own events for a little while and then had this light bulb moment and said, hey, I can make money doing this myself. I can start my own business. And we have public-facing community forums on the internet where we hear all the time from these emerging professionals just how fun and how awesome Wi-Fi Booth is. We love seeing the passion of these new business owners as they create amazing things. Photography is a $10 billion market. It's mature and it's growing at 2% every year. And in the last 5 years, there's been an interesting shift. Now, 90% of all photographers are independent. And that means that the emerging pro segment is growing really fast. In fact, there's 5% more photographers every year. That gives us a total addressable market of approximately $880 million for an emerging professional and $120 million for the established professional. That assumes that we keep our price at $99 a year, which is something we're looking at again this year. We have three main competitors on the iPad. Snapic and Simple Booth cost $1,600 a year, and Breeze Systems on the PC costs $500 a year. We're also concerned about Snapchat disrupting us, but right now the market's too small for them to be interested, and we're keeping our eye on that. Breeze is the most popular of our competitors, but it's very difficult to set up. That's important because the emerging professional is not tech savvy. We made Wi-Fi Booth really easy to use in contrast. The emerging professional also has another problem. They might not have a digital SLR. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean that they're stuck using the iPad front camera, which is terrible quality? Well, we came up with something better. We built a companion app which runs on the iPhone and connects wirelessly to the iPad. And what that enables us to do is have the big screen of the iPad coupled with the quality of the iPad back camera, or the iPhone back camera. And that iPhone back camera is SLR level of quality. And also, as you can see, it has two cameras, if I point to the right spot. That gets us into what we call computational photography. I mentioned that earlier too. Computational photography is when you take multiple cameras, take the same photo at one time, and leverage immense computational power. And that enables those effects you've seen, such as faces being swapped. And how we use that is as we take photos of our photo booth guests, even though they might be standing in front of a dusty old staircase in a church basement with totally unprofessional lighting, we can still cut out their whole body automatically and put them on a different background. And that's awesome because emerging professionals do not have professional lighting or backgrounds or green screens, and now they don't need them. Apple's investing heavily into computational photography, and the next iPhone is rumored to have 3 cameras. I have no idea what that's going to be capable of, but I can tell you 2 things. We're ready for it. It's going to be awesome for us. And our competitors are not ready for it. They're going to get nothing from it. This is important because the emerging professional does have an iPhone. We have 1,000 Pro subscribers a year at $99 a year, and 30% of those subscribers have been with us for at least 2 years. We have no outside debt or investment, and you should have already received with this film a copy of our valuation PDF with our financials. We're going to double our subscribers next year. With the help from the Innovation Factory, we won the OCE Smart Start Award this year, and that allowed us to invest in design and branding by taking on a designer 3 days a week. But we have big gaps in our marketing and sales team. Specifically, we have no one on our team with advertising experience, and we are really feeling that right now. We also are missing out on the business leadership side. We need someone to help us with investment strategy and building exits. So our ask to you is to help us meet the right people, and if applicable, with any prize earnings, to help hire them. So, wrapping it all up, our competitors are missing out on the computational photography phenomenon. They're not even in this game, and they are not ready to serve the fastest growing segment, the emerging professional segment. We are the only photo booth system that can connect to 6 different brands of cameras. Others can connect to 1 or maybe 2. And we are uniquely able to do that through an exclusive partnership that we have. We're also the only booth system that can connect directly to the iPhone, which is one touch for non-savvy emerging pros. No one else can do that because I built that system myself. Our team is missing key roles, marketing, sales, advertising, and we really need your help to find those. And we are this close to taking a $1 billion market. We just need some help. I'm excited to share this opportunity with you. Thanks a lot.